Making this video was risky, and this is because we're not allowed to use phones or cameras to film in these abattoirs, so we had to go through external forces. Let's dive into it.
But at least say we can. Let me sit down with him. Ẹ ṣé mo lè jókòó? Kí ló lè ṣe fẹ́ ká ṣe fídíò mọ́ sà?
Nigerians consume over 361,000 tons of cow meat annually, but somehow most don't know how the meat they buy in the market is processed. There is no proper information on exactly how many slaughter facilities exist in Nigeria. However, according to the internet, there are 1,239 facilities in Nigeria. Slaughter facilities, that is, 30 abattoirs, 132 slaughterhouses, 1,077 slaughter slabs. It's been recorded that the government has shut down some illegal slaughter facilities in the last few years. Normally, before slaughter, animals brought into the abattoir are supposed to be inspected by veterinarians for signs of disease or injury, after which they should be marked for identification. However, in the 3 abattoirs visited for this recording, there were no veterinarians around. Now, in most parts of Nigeria, cows are slaughtered using the old traditional method, in which case the hands and legs of the cow is tied together using ropes, after which the butchers use sharp knives to cut through its throat, leaving it to bleed. In the case of the cow in this video, it stayed alive for a while even after it was slaughtered, but that didn't stop the butchers from cutting it down into different parts. There are laws in place to make sure safe and healthy meat is available to Nigerian consumers. These laws are supposed to be guidelines for operating slaughter facilities, as well as for handling, transporting, processing and selling meat and meat products. In fact, the Criminal Code Act in Nigeria is seriously against the buying and selling of diseased meat. The punishment for this offense goes up to 2 years imprisonment. The laws guiding the meat industry address aspects like proper registration of abattoirs, hygiene and health standards in abattoirs, cruel slaughter methods, proper inspection of meat for diseases, that is before and after slaughter, as well as enforcement of all the laws that affect the industry. We visited 3 abattoirs for the making of this video, and as seen here, almost everything is done on the floor in these places. The cows are killed, skinned and cut on the bare ground. The meat is carried by hand, and the meat vendors sell on the ground as well. There were no running taps or veterinarians in sight at the time we visited. As seen in the video, the blood of the cows, which is one form of waste, is disposed on the floor of the abattoir, after which it is flushed with water or swept with a long broom. The cow dung, which is also another form of waste, was heaped to a side in one of the abattoirs visited.
The meat shopping system in Nigeria is being discouraged by the meat production style. If you go into virtually 90% of Nigerian abattoirs, you become a vegetarian. You won't even want to eat meat because of how meats are handled.
My message to government is that they should look into our abattoir. That's where the problem comes. They should employ meat scientists. They should employ people that know how to do the work. And then provide also meat. They should go to outside countries and see how these meats are being processed. If you look at the way the animals even are packed together and brought to the abattoir, they are stressed already. problems everywhere. So, and those that are killing it are transferring sickness, infections into it. So the government should please dig into from abattoir even to our table. They should work for it.
I was invited to dinner by a judge who was eating a certain meat, and we got into some of these issues. And when I started telling him about the issues of the abattoir, he stopped eating meat. And the next day, this judge wanted to visit one of the abattoirs. And he did. And he told me what he saw. And he said he's ready to prosecute anybody that is found to have violated the law as it comes to meat safety. So I am telling you, even the educated people are ignorant about what is going on. So we have this obligation to make sure that we enlighten the public. And we continue to champion this cause that abattoirs are as important as any other thing in Nigeria. We must have a plan for separating them at the national level. Thank you very much.
Animals that are slaughtered here today have passed that antenatal inspection and certified all right for slaughter. After the slaughter, the meat is inspected. It is also certified for human consumption. It is stamped and receives that certificates of quality control. These are procedures that we want to put in place.
Inspecting several facilities all across the nation to see how the government can be of help or assistance to the people.
We intend to come out with standard operating protocols for all abattoirs in the country, so that minimum standard of hygiene is obtained at that level, because meat borders on public health, and we want quality cuts to be available for every household in this country.
Exactly, and I think the public too, they are shielded too much from what really exists in the abattoirs.
You're right.
And if we were to put it out there more in the public, though the backlash now comes on the back of the government, which is the reason why I think a lot of government establishments try not to showcase it, because in as much as you showcase it, the implications is far more reaching than just you showcasing something and saying you're trying to change the people within that space. Like I said, the ripple effect of it goes beyond you just trying to establish that change. And I can put it and mention it here on this platform. Like you said, my director of vets is here. We know the kind of changes we've tried to implement. And before you know it, you are getting calls from somebody saying that they are calling from the Sultan of Sokoto. They are calling from the Emir of Katsina. You would start getting calls from the high and mighty in society that you are trying to interfere in the activities of the abattoir in Lagos State, Agege. So you are not just trying to change a facility that you think there is nothing. No, this goes beyond just the people there. It has far-reaching consequences that at the end of the day you realize that, okay, how much enforcement, how much change can you really bring into something that has been so systematically and systemically warped, politically, ethnically, tribally, religiously. These are 4 angles we are dealing with, and it's not just enough to go there and say, oh, I'm a vet doctor, I want to bring this change. A lot of the times, my vet department, they feel incapacitated. You want to make changes, but you know that any attempt to even try to do something along the line is going to squeeze you up. You know, it's just along those lines. So it goes beyond just health.
In one of the abattoirs visited, I noticed that despite the modern facilities available, butchers preferred doing all their work on the bare floor. Unfortunately, due to security reasons, I was unable to interview any of the butchers to understand why. And while I won't be mentioning the names of the abattoirs in this video, I'd like us to keep these 3 things in mind. 1. Dangerous diseases can be transferred from cows to humans. 2. Cooking raw meat does not always get rid of all the bacteria in it. 3. Now, more than ever before, consumers need to be more aware of processes involved in meat production. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and click the subscribe button below. Please share your thoughts in the comment section.